How you how you doing? Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Going straight to the point, we'll be talking about you here on Earth. Why are you here on Earth? One thing we all have in common is that we are on Earth. Our location might be different, our age might be different, our state might be different, our citizenship or citizenry, you know, our background, education, wealth background is different. But one thing everyone has in common is we are on Earth together. It's like when you're in an aircraft, some people are in first class, economy, business class. One thing everyone has in common is they are all in the same plane. They are all in the same aircraft. So if anything happens to the aircraft, whether you are in first class, you are in business class, or you are in economy, you all are going down. So whether you are rich, you're poor, you are educated, you are an illiterate, you are in the government, you are powerful or not, if anything happens to this planet Earth, we all we are in soup. Do you understand it? So one thing we have in common is that we are on Earth together. So why are you here on Earth? Why are you here on Earth? So you can rephrase the question and say, what's your purpose on Earth? What is your life assignment? What did you come here to do? And this is something that I've been mistaken over the years. So we've had a lot of motivational speakers, a lot of spiritual leaders, a lot of pastors. They come out and tell you that if you want to discover why you are here on Earth, that you should look at what are your giftings, what are your talents, what are your passion, what do you like doing? No, do you understand it? What do you like doing without being paid for? What can you do? What are you so good at? What gives fulfillment? And all those stuffs. Those things are good and it can lead us somewhere, but it does not lead us to the answer of finding your purpose on earth. When you discover your giftings, your talents, your purpose, everything that's internal, those things do not point to your destiny. It doesn't point to your life assignments. Those things will help you to discover the job, the career that you are suited for. Do you understand that? If you can discover uh, your gifts, your talents, your passion, you look inward like that, the things you like, look inward and you discover those things that pastors and motivational speakers tell you to look at when you want to discover your life assignment. Those things don't point to your life assignment. I am telling you the truth. Those things, your talents, your passion, your background, your education, all those put together will only point you towards the direction of the job, the profession that you can succeed on and excel, not your life assignments. When it comes to your life assignments, it has nothing to do with your gifts, your talent, your passion. No. Before I go straight to it, so how will I now discover my life assignment? Let's go straight to the book of Acts. Acts chapter 7, verse 23. Acts 7:23 says that when Moses was when he was 40 years old, it entered into his heart to visit his brethren. When Moses, he says, when was Acts 7:20, it says, and when he was full 40 years old, it came into his heart to his brethren. Now you need to understand that Moses was someone that has been called to liberate the children of Israel. He has been called to free them, to take them to the promised land. That is his life assignment. But all these things did not come into his heart until when he became 40 years old. And that number 40 is very significant. I want to know that the number 40 is very significant. I'll give you a couple of examples so you understand that 40 is not just a coincidence number. So it's not just by coincidence that it was until when he became 40 years old that it entered his heart to visit his brethren. Jesus was tempted for 40 days. The Israelites, they were in the wilderness for 40 years. The spies that were sent to Canaan, they were there for 40 days. Goliath taunted the Israelites in the valley for 40 days until David came there. Are you getting it now? The prophecy lasted for 40 years. Saul ruled for 40 years. Moses was on the mountain 40 days. So you can go on and on and on like that to make you understand that the number 40 is not just any number. The flood ruled for 40 days in the days of Noah. So when you hear 40, it's not anyhow number. So when you're choosing your day of fast, for instance, you just say I want to fast for 1 day or I want to fast for 2 days. You must choose significant numbers. I know the reason you are choosing them because numbers are significant. Number 1 is the number of God. Number 2 is the number of witness. I get it. 3 is the number of resurrection or coming back to life. 4 is the number of balance. 5 is the number of grace. 6 is the number of man. 7 is the number of perfection. 8 is the number of prosperity. So all those numbers like that, every number has its own significance. So when you see something, 12 is the number of service. So when you see something like this thing happened for 7 days, this thing happened for 3 days, this thing happened for 2 days, or on the 3rd hour, when reading such things in the scripture, those numbers are significant. I will tell you that when Moses was 40 years old, that was when it entered his heart. The thought came to him that, let me visit these people. Why did he enter his heart when he was 20, when he was 25, when he was 21, when he was 39? It was when he was 40 years old that it came to his heart. Now, where am I going with all of this? I'm trying to make you understand that when it comes to assignments, you have no business figuring it out. I want to discover my life assignment. You don't discover your life assignment. You don't find it out. You don't think about anyone who fulfilled their life assignments in the Bible. They were not trying to figure it out. They were on a journey to figure it out. It just happened. It came into their hearts. They received the call. So it's going to happen when that call is going to come to you. It's going to happen. The call is going to come. So you're just going to be on your own and it's going to come. So first of all, I need to establish and make you understand that not every human being on the face of the earth has a life assignment in the first place. That is one thing you need to set to. Because you're on the face of the earth is not a guarantee that you came here to fulfill an assignment. It's not a guarantee that you came here to fulfill something. Not every human being on the face of the earth has a life assignment to fulfill. You need to set that. However, how will you now discover maybe you have a life assignment or you don't have a life assignment? It's simple. If you happen to be someone who has a life assignment, at the appointed time, when it's getting towards the time that you're supposed to fulfill that life assignment, it's going to enter into your heart. It's going to come. You're going to receive that encounter. The divine is going to communicate with you. They're going to tell you, see, it's going to be wickedness. If God has an assignment for you, say, you know what? I want to send you on an errand, but I will not tell you. I won't tell you what I want to send. You need to figure it out. That's wickedness. God is not a wicked God. So he wouldn't have an assignment for you and communicate. He wouldn't have a mission for you and to close the mission to you. And he's now leads you to start decoding or deciphering the mission he has for you. What kind of burden is that? God doesn't do that. If God wants to send you on an assignment, it comes straight up. Think about anybody that God ever sent him to fulfill in the Bible. The angel came to them and gave them the assignments. Gideon, angel came and talked to him. Hey, guy, you are a mighty man of valor. You need to do this. Even when he was doubting himself, the angel kept reassuring him. Hey, You do this, you can do this. And he kept trying to prove, to be sure that this thing is real. And the angel kept proving to him that it's real, guy. You can do this. Do you understand? He wasn't trying to figure out, I can deliver this. Should I? No. When they choose you for an assignment, they will come. When I say they, I'm talking about the divine God and his cohorts, the angels. They will come and express it to you, either through your thoughts, your visions, your dreams. You will have an encounter. Do you get it now? Think about Moses. An angel appeared to him through the burning bush. There's no one that God wanted to send on an errand or wanted to give an assignment in the Bible that was left to start thinking about it. No. When God has an assignment for you, you will know. And you know, he will communicate. He will not leave you to ambiguity. He will not leave you to start thinking about it. He will not leave you to start assuming that, what is the life assignment? How will I fulfill it? You don't need to bother yourself. Do you understand it? Now, another thing again is, another way to know if you have a life assignment or not is that those who have a life assignment, they are not satisfied with the normal thing. Do you understand? If you happen to be one, now what I said before now is that not everyone has a life assignment. If you are joining us for the first time, or if you are just coming, welcome. We're talking about how to discover assignments. And one thing you need to know is that not every human being on the face has a life assignment. That's what I said before. Not every human being on the face of the earth has a life assignment. Understand it? However, if you happen to be one of those who have a life assignment, you have a purpose to fulfill. You don't need to start racking your head and start thinking, how will I fulfill my assignment? How will I know my life? You don't need to bother yourself. When it is time for you to fulfill that thing, the divine God, his angels will be sent to you, and you will have an encounter, either through an idea, an inspiration, a divine encounter, a dream, a vision, something. You will have an encounter that will let you know what you are supposed to do. And now, when it comes to life assignments, it always has to do with people. It has to do with people, not God. Doesn't destine for careers. God cannot destine you to be a footballer. God cannot destine you to be a tailor. God cannot destine you to be an actor. God cannot destine you to be a digital marketer, a social media manager, a banker, a doctor. No, those professions, careers that come to play as technology, civilization begin to occur. Do you understand it? As the world begins to develop, civilization begin to happen, there are several jobs, several professions that will keep springing up. It doesn't have anything to do with destiny. Do you understand it? Think about the last 10 years, 15 years. There was nothing like social media manager. Before the advent of internet, there was nothing like social media manager. There's nothing like digital marketer. So you can't come now and tell me that you are destined to be a digital marketer. No. God doesn't destine people for profession. You are not destined for any profession. Maybe you are destined to be a lawyer. No. However, there are professions that individuals can flourish in based on their wire, based on their talents, their gift, their temperament, how they are created, how they think, their passion, their exposure, their background, their education. All of this is put together determines which career, which profession we can excel in. It does point also our life assignments on what we here to do. Do you understand this? So when it comes to what you came on earth to do, it is not everyone that even has an assignment in the first place. It's not everyone. But when it now comes to people who have an assignment, you understand that this assignment we're talking about, or whatever you might call it, it has to do with people, places. It has to do with places. Your life assignment is tied to some people or to a particular person, and it's tied to some places or a particular place. Life assignment has nothing to do with a job. Your job can help you fulfill your life assignments, but your job is not your life assignments. You can fulfill your life assignment inside your job, but your job is not your life assignment. So if you're a footballer, you are not destined to be a footballer. But while in that field of play, there might be something you're supposed to fulfill in the life of the people there, or in the life of the country where you're playing, or something. You get it now? So life assignment is tied to people and places. Think about anyone who anything in the Bible. It's all about a place or a people. Jesus was called for humanity. Moses called for the children of Israel. Are you getting it now? Joshua was destined to take them in the promised land. It's all about places. It's all about people, not profession. My destiny is to be a life coach. No. Do you get it now? It's about feeling something in the life of people, or in the life of a place. Do you get it now? It's about making the world a better place. Everything about the earth is about people. It's about people. Anything has to do with this earth is about people. Do you get it now? I'm going to run off on that note, making you understand that when it comes to your life assignments, don't rack your head. Don't think, how will I discover it? How will I know it? How will I know if God is calling me? How will I know if I'm called? You don't need to bother yourself. Just live your life, be good, have a sense of spiritual awareness, such that you know when the divine are trying to communicate with you. That is all. That is all. And when it's time, if they have an assignment, they will communicate it to you, or they will communicate it with you. You are not the one that will be thinking, well, I want to discover my assignment. There's nothing like that. Don't discover a life assignment. It is given. And if it is given, it will be communicated expressly. I did not just start to decide to want to start to do all this broadcast. I was given an assignment to start to do it, and it was communicated to me expressly. I had an encounter. Before now, I had my profession. I trade forex. I'm a digital marketer. When I began to have these encounters, these visions, then it was mandated upon me to start to come live and start to do this live, start to broadcast this message and abandon whatever it is I've been doing before now. Do you get it now? So I'm not the one trying to figure out my life assignments. I had an encounter and I've been sent to do it. Now, when it comes to life assignment, I'm not trying to tell you that everyone must be a coach, a speaker, a pastor. No. Think about Chris Lesser. What made you think what she remembered for? The stoppage of killing of twins. Think about Abraham Lincoln. The stoppage of slavery. Do you get it now? So there's something about you doing something in the life of a particular people, a particular generation. But these people mentioned, they have their profession. You get it now? Moses was a shepherd. Jesus was a carpenter. Peter was a fisherman. And now Peter was called to the Jews, to take the gospel to the Jews. That was his life assignment. While Paul, his life assignment was to take the gospel to the Gentiles. But Paul was a tent maker. So that tent making has nothing to do with what he was eventually called to do or called to fulfill. Peter was a fisherman. He has nothing to do with taking the gospel of Jesus to the Jews. Luke was a doctor. Are you guys saying now? Life assignment has nothing to do with your profession. Your profession can give you the money. Your profession can give you the exposure. Your profession can. Are you getting it now? And when it comes to your gift, talent, your passion, your background, all of those things can help you choose a career that you can excel in, that you will not struggle. That's all. It has nothing to do with finding your life assignments. That is a wrong teaching that has spread so long in the body of Christ and even in motivational books. How to discover your life assignments. They'll tell you to look for your giftings, your talents, what your passion, what you're doing without paid for, what brings fulfillment. You are not the one that will discover it. You're not the one. You don't ever one day think of your life assignment. It shouldn't be of your thoughts. Life. If there's an assignment for you to be communicated to you expressly, Moses was just minding his business in the bush on a typical day, and whoo, it's on fire. What's that? He wasn't thinking, when will I fulfill my life assignment? Or we will be able to fulfill my life assignment. He wasn't thinking about that. He saw a cave and said, hey guys, off your shoe. The land is a holy ground. Why? Because a holy one is here now. I have an assignment for you. You need to go and do this and do this. Are you seeing now? Gideon wasn't thinking about how to fulfill his assignment. He was just busy blowing wheat and shafts, and it just appeared. Whoo. Guy, mighty man of valor, there's an assignment for you now. Are you getting it now? It's just the best way I can explain to you when you have children. Your children don't start thinking, what will he send me today? Oh, where will daddy send me today? Oh, where will I go today? Oh, your children think, they will just be playing, they don't play. You just call them, hey, John, come and buy it for me. When you need them, you call them and you send them on an errand. And when you send them on an errand, you give them what it takes to fulfill it. Maybe the money, or someone follow them, or you call the person they are going to meet. Hey, my son is coming. Are you getting it now? So the child doesn't start thinking, what will daddy send me today? Or what will I do for daddy? No. The child just wakes up, prepare for school, whatever. You are the one that will now, when you need something to be done in your house or wherever, now you call any one of them and say, go and do it for me. That is how it is. That is how God relates with humans. When he has something to be done on the face of the earth, which has to do with a place, in a particular place, God wants in a particular place, or God wants to do something in the life of a particular people, he will need somebody to do that thing. So life assignment is always tied to people and places. It has to do with career. Life assignment is tied to people and places. So when God wants to do something in the life of a particular person, or a particular people, a particular race, a particular tribe, a particular place, a nation, a city, when God wants to do something there, he's looking for someone, and when it's the person that can do it, he will communicate it to the person expressly. The person, there's no ambiguity about it. It's not the person that will be racking his head. So our text is Acts 7:22, which is, when Moses was 40 years old, it entered into his heart to visit brethren. When the time is come for you to fulfill your life assignment, it enter into your heart to start it. So, with this, I hope I've been able to throw light in how to help you fulfill your life assignments, and doing more of these teachings. This is called Wisdom Dynasty Ministry. I'll go live like this every day. So when you can do is turn on your notification so that you can always know and always be notified when I'm coming live on air, and you'll be able to join. I do anything that will help us navigate our way through life. I am a spiritual guide when it comes to fulfilling your life and navigating your way through this world. You need to understand that this world is not a location. So there are three words that look alike: heaven, earth, and world. Heaven is not a location. There's not a place like you are going to heaven, like you are going to New York, you are going to Ikeja, you are going to Lagos, you are going to London. You know, those are locations. When you arrive there, you know that, oh, I'm in London. No, heaven is not a location. Heaven is a realm. It's a realm. It's a spiritual realm. It's an invisible realm. You get that? And there's not only one heaven. We have heavens. So we have different realms. Realm can interwoven. You understand it? So it's not a location like a place. The only location we have is Earth, maybe other planets. Do you get it? That you can land in those planets, but it's Earth. Earth is the location. Now, inside this Earth, there is now a system, a method of operation inside the Earth that is called the world. So we now have the worldly system. So my job is to help you as a spiritual person to know how to get your way in this spiritual system. Do you understand it? In this world, how do you operate inside? Because like a code, it's like a constitution. A constitution has been written on how to do things on earth. And that is what is called the worldly system. Now, if you don't understand that constitution, if you don't understand that word, you will not be able to function as a spiritual person, and you don't know when you have gone up or up tangents. So my job is to help spiritual people navigate their way through life. Now, when I say spiritual people, I'm not talking Christians. I am not a Christian. You can hear me, but I am not a Christian. You to understand that. So I'm not talking to Christians. I'm not talking to Muslims. I'm talking to spiritual people. With time, as you begin to follow me, you understand the difference. Once more, my name is Jaaziah Peters, and I'll see you. Peace.